Hello everyone, welcome back to another BrickSide Chat. I'm going to say it again, but we got a lot of questions this week. A lot of them are pretty basic, so I think I should be able to answer them relatively easily. The first one here is from Jermo Hoffman, who says, first of all, I am building a BrickLink Lego room. Congratulations, that is awesome. Super exciting for you. But he asked, how many square feet is the room? Now, the garage we're in total is 400 square feet. With things that take up space that are not related to the BrickLink portion of it, we use about a little under 300 square feet, probably between 250 and 300 square feet that we utilize. It could definitely be utilized in a better way, but there's certain furniture and things that we have to use because we have it that we're not going to get rid of because it is Paul's furniture that's in here. But between 250, 300 square feet, if we could utilize the full 400 square feet, gosh, that'd be amazing. Next question is from It's Your Boy, who said, what is the end goal of your BrickLink and BrickOwl shops? I think that's a great question. I know for a fact that from the beginning, kind of when starting this iteration of BrickLink, we've mentioned that we would really love to get to 1 million parts. And the truth is that goal is becoming harder because we're getting so many sales that we're losing 25,000 pieces a month. So every time we're trying to get to 1 million pieces, it's like, the more parts we have, the more we sell, which is a fantastic problem to have because it means your inventory is moving. But trying to get to that million is going to be a little difficult. So that was kind of our end goal initially. I think just something that can sustain itself, can pay us a little bit, and something that we still enjoy. I don't want it to become something that is like tedious and no longer fun and just feels like work and feels annoying and stuff. But we're going to go with it as long as we can and make it as big as we can until we feel like this is a good size, and then we'll stop. But we're not there yet. Definitely have a lot of room to grow. It's Your Boy also asked, did anyone inspire you to start a BrickLink store, or is there someone you look up to? I want to say the most recent version of opening the BrickLink store, definitely Pop's Block Shop was a big reason that I wanted to open it. So that's the reason there, because I saw his stuff in December of last year, maybe end of November, that I really saw his things. I was like, oh, I really missed this. Before that, when I started 5 years ago, BrickSide was a big one I was watching, as well as Clutch from Bricks on the Dollar. Watched a lot of his stuff. So those were the two that helped me learn BrickLink initially from the very beginning. It was BrickSide, Bricks on the Dollar, and then recently Pop's Block Shop. Now, It's Your Boy also asked, this is the last question from him, what do you prefer so far, BrickLink or BrickOwl? And I definitely, at the moment, prefer BrickLink. It just, from the seller's perspective, I see it just an easier platform to sell on and add parts and stuff, but I haven't played around much on BrickOwl. I have seen the seller or the buyer side of BrickOwl, and it is much nicer. So, from that sense, I like that you can search for 2x4 brick, and then in that same photo on a store, you can see all of the colors that it comes in. That is a really nice feature. I wish BrickLink had that, but it doesn't. But so far, BrickLink, but again, I really haven't played around in BrickOwl yet, but that is coming. Jordan asked, what have you been buying to part out lately? Unfortunately, nothing. Nothing really. We're kind of waiting for that Walmart clearance, hopefully at the end of this month. Obviously, if we get stuff, you guys will be the first to know. But we do have 22 of those classic, what are they called? Bricks and Animals sets. They have the 1,500 pieces, so that'll add 33,000 parts or something around there. So we have those to part out still, and that should be coming really soon, actually. Doug asked, do you go to the Lego store often for Pick-a-Brick cups? And not right now, no, not at all. And I don't think the Pick-a-Brick walls are open or will be open anytime soon that I know of. Before, obviously, everything, shut down, we went to the Lego store probably a couple times a month, and we got 1 or 2 Pick-a-Brick cups. I think total we've purchased between 12 and 14 Pick-a-Brick cups. And I don't know if it's been 12 or 14, but somewhere in there. We go to multiple locations and stuff. And then we bring the Pick-a-Brick cups back because you can actually get a 50-cent discount per cup when you buy them. So instead of in the United States them being, I think they're $16.99 or $15.99, you actually save 50 cents. So anytime you can save money is great. But at the moment, can't go. But it is fun. I enjoy going getting Pick-a-Brick cups. It's a great function or option to do at the Lego store. It makes it really fun. Shane Hart says, how many parts do you have in your store? Right now, we're floating between 115,000 and 120,000 Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, we're selling pieces like crazy, so it is steadily declining at the moment. Has Bricks said, just recently opened my very own BrickLink store and got my first order today, which is super exciting. Congratulations, that is awesome. I remember what it feels like. It's really exciting to get your first order. Has Bricks said, I was just wondering, how do you get your orders shipped? I live in New Zealand. Essentially, getting packages picked up by a courier company is very expensive, but going to the post office every time I get an order also seems like a lot of work. So fortunately for us, we live, or I live and Paul lives literally like 3 minutes from the post office. So we're in a city, but we're fortunate to be also like 3 minutes from the post office. So it's not a problem for us to drive over there and just drop off a package. Having them picked up may cost you more money. Also, you're in New Zealand, not the United States, so it's going to be a little different. But we just ship it with our personal, or our the United States Postal Service. That's the cheapest for us, usually the easiest. What I would maybe recommend for you, and I think I saw a comment related to yours, someone else replied, but I would say on your terms page, just say you only ship on Tuesdays and Fridays. And those are going to be your 2 days that you go to the post office to drop off your packages or whatever. But we use PayPal to print out the shipping labels, and then we can just drop it off at the post office instead of having to go in, talk to a person, get the sticker put on there. That takes a lot more time. But if you have it in your terms that you only do it a couple days, that is okay. You ship Tuesday and Friday, especially if you're not getting a ton of orders right now. Obviously, then it's like, well, do you want to be driving for one order every time, or do you want to wait until you have 3 or 4 orders on Tuesday, and then you wait a few more days till Friday? So that's what my recommendation would be. Next question comes from A Filmmaker's Paradise. How many of your viewers are BrickLink sellers, and how many of them are just enjoying your videos? That's a great question. I know a decent portion of people who are really having conversations are BrickLink sellers or want to become BrickLink sellers in the future. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm excited to open my store soon, or whatever it might be. I've actually seen a lot of people open their stores in the past few months that we've been doing YouTube. So comment down below in this video. Obviously, if you have any questions for next episode of BrickSide Chat, put them down below. But in addition to that, let's, I wish I could do the polls, but YouTube is taking out the poll option. So I can't ask you, are you a seller or just a viewer? But put them down below if you're just a seller or if you're just a viewer of the channel. I'm curious to know. Great question. Shane McQueen says, with Lego taking over BrickLink, is Lego going to have any issues with your store selling on both platforms, meaning BrickOwl and BrickLink? And that's also a great question, and I don't think so. I wouldn't imagine they would have a problem with that, because at the end of the day, it's still their product that is moving. Sellers on BrickOwl, when they run out of inventory, they have to go get more inventory. And whether they buy that used or new, at some point it came from the Lego group. So they are getting Lego stock. Another thing is I think it gives good motivation for Lego to upgrade BrickLink and to continue pushing in the future. For a while, BrickLink was the only one. So there was no standard as to, you know, oh, we had to beat this company to be better. Now there's a little bit of competition between the two platforms. So I think that's going to help better both platforms and maybe add some, you know, potential marketing to both platforms, so you get a wider audience and everything. Overall, I think it's going to be good, and I don't think Lego would have any issues with selling on both platforms. Life Paused asked, how do you decide if you want to keep the minifigures whole or part out the pieces? And that's a great question. Normally, we just sell the minifigs whole because from our experience, they sell better. Not necessarily for more money, but they sell more often. You know, we might have, what, a minifig is 4 parts, you know, hair, hat, head, torso, legs. If we part it out, that's 4 pieces we have to sell now. If we don't part it out, it's just 1 piece in the inventory. So technically it would add more lots, it would add more pieces to the inventory. It might even add a little more value, but it's more likely, especially the branded characters, or the themed characters like Star Wars, Harry Potter, those kind of things. Those will sell as a whole minifig more often, I think, than parted out. But another question from Life Pause says, what way are you organizing minifig parts? And I remember reading your comment, and you said you had all yours just in separate containers. That's exactly what we do. We just count it as a piece. If it's all legs, all the legs go in a drawer or half a drawer, and that's just where they belong. We don't part out things that are less than 8 sets. So the minimum we would have for a certain lot in a drawer is 8 sets. So it's not like we're throwing 1 head in here and 1 legs in there. But we do separate. If we have blue legs and red legs, they're going to be in separate drawers. They're 2 separate lots. Or different heads. The heads with the different face prints would be very confusing. So we definitely have those separated. And I guess to continue the question of how do you decide to part them out or to keep them, usually it's easier for us to keep them because they fill up these bins. They take up less room actually if we're running low on drawers on the wall. Like I said, they sell faster, and we only want to part them out if we have like that Ludo, the Lego Ludo set it came with 16 minifigures. I think we bought 12 of those, so like 200 minifigs right there. So we parted out half of them and we just assembled half of them. So it really depends on the quantity and stuff, but obviously price plays a factor into that as well, and it differs per minifig and what parts sell really well and stuff. And the last question this week is from UK Brick Hunter, who says, how do you deal with postage labels? I also print off PayPal, so I need to go into each transaction and print separately because some people want first class, some want second, etc. Do you know or use another app that you can print off multiple labels at once or anything like that? So to start with a separate app, we do just use PayPal. But they do have a multi-order shipping. So if you scroll down, I think, on the homepage of PayPal, or sometimes it's at the top, but usually at the bottom, there's a little option that says like multi-order shipping. And if you click that, it'll bring up all your orders that are ready to be shipped. And then what you can do is you can just click through those and you can, set the weight, what kind of packages it is and stuff. And then you can pay for that whole, all that shipping at once. And then it'll print out all the labels after that. So you don't need to click into one, because we did this for a while. We would click into the one person, type in all the info, print out the label, copy the tracking number, and then click back to activity and go through the whole thing again. Now what you're able to do is it'll be on one screen and you'll have pretty much the same boxes of options, and you can click through each individual one on that screen though. Print it all out at the end. It's really easy. As for third-party apps, there is something called PirateShip. I'll put a link down below. I don't know if it's UK. I imagine it is. But for sure it works in the United States. But it is a separate third-party program. I know it gives you some discounts on international shipping, but I'm not entirely sure if that is from the UK or only to the UK and other places that aren't the US. I haven't used it, but I hear it's pretty good. That is it for questions this week. As a reminder, at 1 p.m. this Saturday, Pacific Standard Time, June 20th, we will be having our 1,000 subscriber special live stream, so hopefully we'll see you guys all there. It's going to be exciting. If you haven't seen the video yet with the giveaway, I will put a link to that in the description below. It'll also be up there. You can click on it if you need to. And if you comment in that video, you can win a couple of different promo sets. So we should hopefully see everyone there. It'll be really exciting. We tried to plan a time that should fit with a lot of different time zones. As always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. If you have any questions, as always, put them down in the comments below. And again, if you're a seller or just a person who loves watching the channel, let me know down below as well. Thanks you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next video.